Good morning, students. Myself, Professor Uday Patel. In previous lecture, we study about load forecasting, basics of load forecasting, and different methodology, list of methodology of load forecasting. Okay. In today's lecture, we go detail in load forecasting methods. Okay. Now, our first forecasting method is extrapolation method. Now, extrapolation method क्या होता है वो हम देखते हैं. Here we fit trained curves to historical data to represent train growth. This method gives a reasonable accuracy for forecasting value. In this method, no attempt is made to calculate the random errors in historical data. Commonly used standard analytical function for finding trained curve are. Okay. यानी यहाँ पे आपका क्या हो रहा है, हिस्टोरिकल डेटा आपका जो भी होगा वो आपका ट्रेंड कर्व के अंदर आपका क्या होगा, रिप्रेजेंट होगा. इसके अंदर आपका क्या हो सकता है कि आपकी जो भी फोरकास्टेड आपकी वैल्यू होगी ना, ओके, वो रिजनेबली एक्यूरेट होगी. ओके. और इसके अंदर एक चीज़ थोड़ी सी उसका बैक पॉइंट बोल लो या जो भी उसका मेन डिसएडवांटेजेस बोल लो, कि इसके अंदर आपका रैंडम एरर आप क्या नहीं कर सकते, कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते. ओके. अब बात होती है इसके मेनली एजम्पशन के बारे में कि इसके लिए आपका कौन कौन से एजम्पशन हो गए. तो स्ट्रेट लाइन फंक्शन हैविंग द इक्वेशन. स्ट्रेट लाइन क्या है कि यहाँ पे जो भी आपको इस डायग्राम में स्ट्रेट लाइन दिख रही है, तो उसके लिए एक इक्वेशन है y इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी एक्स. इट इज कॉल्ड एज लीनियर एक्सट्रापोलेशन. Exponential function having the equation y is equal to ce raised to dx. Quadratic equation or parabolic equation is equal to what? Y is equal to a plus bx plus cx square. Polynomial function having the equation y is equal to a plus bx plus cx square plus dx cube. It is called as polynomial extrapolation, which is what? Which is performed by means of Lagrangian interpolation or uh, Newton's method. Okay. Or equation logarithmic function having the equation y is equal to a ln x plus b power equation, combination of equation where the y is equal to load in year x and a b c d are calculated constants. In conic extrapolation, a conic section on paper or a computer is used as shown in figure. Extrapolation method can be also be divided into two methods. Deterministic extrapolation. Here no attempt is made to calculate the error in data available in array's curve fitting. Probabilistic uh, extrapolation method. Here accuracy or uncertainty of forecast is calculated and tested using statistical quantities like mean, mode, and variable. Main source of uncertainty is due to uncertainty in the historical data and analytical data. Okay, so this is the extrapolation method. Okay, now we go to the correlation method. Okay, in correlation forecasting method, system loads are associated with various demographic and economic factor. यानी कि यहाँ पे जो भी ये को रिलेशन मेथड है, को रिलेशन फोरकास्टिंग मेथड है, ओके, तो उसके अंदर जो भी आपके सिस्टम के लोड होंगे उसके उसके साथ क्या होगा, वेरियस डेमोग्राफिक एंड इकोनॉमिकल फैक्टर्स होते हैं. The advantages of this method is that the interrelation between the load growth pattern and other factors are easily calculated. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम क्या फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं कि लोड ग्रोथ पैटर्न कि कैसे आपका लोड ग्रोथ हो रहा है वो, एंड जो भी आपके अदर फैक्टर्स होंगे उसके रिलेटेड तो आप इजीली कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. मोर कॉमन यूज फैक्टर आर पॉपुलेशन, जॉब, building permit, equipment situation, business indicator, weather data, etc. Okay, there are two types of correlation method. Okay, correlation, they are what? Positive and negative correlation, linear and non-linear correlation, positive and negative correlation. Okay, if the values of two variable changes in same time direction, okay, that is, if an increase or decrease in the value of one variable result into increase or decrease in the value of the other variable, then correlation is said to be positive. यानी यहाँ पे आपके क्या हो रहे हैं कि अगर दो वेरिएबल सेम डायरेक्शन में है, ओके, और अगर क्या हो रहा है कि उस कंडीशन के अंदर अगर आपकी वैल्यूज इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज हो रही है, ओके, और उसके साथ साथ जो भी आपका अदर वेरिएबल है उसकी वैल्यू इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज हो रही है सेम मैनर में, तो वो क्या है कि आपका कोरिलेशन पॉजिटिव है, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं। और उसके ही आपके सेम कंडीशन में आपके दो वेरिएबल हैं, said to be negative or inverse if the variable changes in opposite direction। ठीक है, सेम डायरेक्शन में क्या पॉजिटिव, और उसके अंदर भी क्या दोनों इंक्रीज हो या दोनों डिक्रीज हो रहे हैं। दूसरे के अंदर आप क्या कि आपके रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में एक सीधी डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, एक रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, तो उसके अंदर आपका क्या हो सकता है, वो दो वेरिएबल नेगेटिव हो सकते हैं या इनवर्स हो सकते हैं। If variable change in opposite direction, if increase in the value of one variable resulted to decrease in the value of other variable. Okay, now there are again two correlation, there's a correlation coefficient R, a linear regression model method. What is the meaning of this? Correlation coefficient is a measure of strength between two continuous variables. When all points, for that we see this, if when all the points of scatter plot fall directly on a line with upward incline, the, sorry, wait a minute, incline, the r is positive one, and when all the points fall directly on the downward incline, r is minus one. Okay, you can see here we talking about this. Okay, okay, if r value closer to plus one, okay, if r value closer to plus one indicates a strong positive correlation, while r is value closer to minus one indicates the stronger negative correlation. Okay, we are talking about this stronger negative correlation and stronger positive correlation. The square of R value is called as the coefficient of determination, or R square, which describes the proportion of change in dependent variable y with variable x. If two variables have an R value of 0.50, for example, the coefficient of determination is 0.25, that, and we state that the only 25% of change in y is caused by change in x. The larger the correlation coefficient, then the larger the coefficient of determination, and more change in dependent variable with independent variable. Correlation can be defined by correlation coefficient R. The correlation coefficient is number lies between -1 to +1. If R is equal to 1, then it is called as perfect correlation on all the point of scatter point are straight line. If point 0.5 less than r less than 1, then it is called a strong correlation. Okay, if r values in between 0.5 to 1, if r values in between 0.25 to zero point 0.5, then it is called as medium correlation. If R value is zero point 0.1 to 0.25, then it is called as weak weak correlation. If R is less than 1, R is less than zero point 0.1, then it is no called as no correlation. ओके, यहाँ पे आप सारे कोरिलेशन यहाँ पे देख सकते हो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट वैल्यूज की. ओके, नाउ वी टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट, सॉरी, नाउ वी टॉकिंग अबाउट लीनियर regression model method. Regression analysis is a statistical process for getting relation among variables. Regression models have been used for both short-term load forecasting and long-term forecasting. Okay, here load is taken as dependent variable, while whether variables are treated as independent variable. Okay, now in talking about semi-parameter additive, additive model method, the semi-parameter additive model method is nothing but regression model involving non-linear relationship with measure to accommodate correlated errors. Okay? सेमी पैरा सॉरी सेमी पैरामेट्रिक एडिटिव मॉडल क्या है? इट इज़ नथिंग बट रिग्रेशन मॉडल ही है, लेकिन उसके अंदर आपका क्या होता है कि नॉन लीनियर रिलेशन भी आपकी मेजर्स के अंदर आपकी अकॉर्ड यानी कि ली जाती है. ओके, को रिलेटेड एरर के साथ. इन लोड फोरकास्टिंग दिस additive model are used to get relation between load and extra planetary variable. As an example, temperature, seasonal variable, various demographic and economical factor. Now, if we're talking about artificial neural networks model method, artificial neural network is short form for that ANNS are commonly for load forecasting since 1990s. Okay. Artificial neural networks is a soft computing method where any nonlinear mathematical model is used. Here, analysis of historical data is done to know the variation pattern to get relation between the input variable and electricity demand, which is used to forecast. Okay, you can see the sorry you can see the diagram of gen, uh, general diagram of artificial neural network method. Okay, in that there's a three inputs, there's a hidden, okay, and there is output. Okay, okay, you can see that the first input is given to 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, same as for a second and third input. Okay, and after then the output is goes from first hidden to as an input to the output. Okay, various numbers of ANN architecture are used for load forecasting like propagation, Hopfield, Boltzmann machine, etc. Advantages of ANN is ability to learn. Disadvantage is what? Overfitting and over parameterizing. After then we see the यूनिवेरिएंट मॉडल. यूनिवेरिएंट मॉडल क्या होता है कि लोड डिमांड इज डिपेंड ऑन वेदर एंड चेंज इन वेदर पैटर्न. ओके, कि इसके अंदर यूनिवेरिएंट मॉडल के अंदर आपका क्या होता है कि लोड डिमांड जो भी होगा, ओके, वो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा? वेदर एंड जो भी आपकी वेदर पैटर्न चेंज होते हैं उसके ऊपर. to improve the accuracy of forecasting univariant model are used. Okay, ये आपका यूज होता है. Okay, आपकी क्या फोरकास्टिंग, सॉरी, फोरकास्टिंग यूनिवेरिएंट मॉडल को इम्प्रूव भी आप कर सकते हो इनडायरेक्टली. हियर स्टेशनरी स्टोकास्टिक प्रोसेस is used in terms of two polynomial, one for order regression and other for what moving average. Since hourly load demand is non-stationary, okay, process, therefore ARIMA, autoregressive integrated moving average model, generalized ARMA, autoregressive moving average model are often used for what? Load forecasting purpose. Sorry, load forecasting purpose. ARMA model can be also be generalized include exogenous variable called as ARMAS, auto-regression moving average with exogenous variable model. Okay, yt is equal to what? Beta 1 t t, beta 2 ht plus beta 3 wt plus beta 4 rt up to beta n xt plus error. Okay, where t, h, w, etc. are weather parameters such as temperature, wind, rainfall, etc. Beta is the what? Regression coefficient. Now, similar day method. The similar day method is to find the day in history data that's similar to forecasted day. पता चला है यहाँ पे? The similar day method is find a day in history data that is similar to forecasted day. Okay, यानी जो आपका forecasted day है, okay, वही का वही सेम आपका क्या आपको फाइंड करना पड़ेगा. आपका जो भी हिस्टोरिकल डेटा है उसके अंदर से आपको फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा. The similarity is commonly based on a day of week, season of year, and the weather pattern. It gives a weighting and extrapolation to forecast daily loads. Factor affecting similar day method are season or time of day. Second is what? Weather. It gives STMC is equal to what? F of S comma W plus error, where STMC means what? Similarly, method consumption. S is equal to what? Season or time of day. W is equal to what? Weather variation. Okay, F is a function of STMC. Okay. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो ये एक प्रोसेस डायग्राम है. Historical data given to prediction algorithm. Historical day characteristic given to index mapping data to evaluate similarity and select similar days to predict prediction algorithm. Forecasting day characteristic given to index mapping. Okay, this is given to evaluate similarity and select similar days. Okay, and prediction data uh, given to the forecasted day load. Hierarchy forecasting method. Use of smart grid technology. It is better to use the hierarchy method to improve the load forecast. Okay. स्मार्ट ग्रिड टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करने से अच्छा है कि क्या यूज़ करो? हियरार्ची फोरकास्टिंग मेथड यूज़ करो. किसके लिए? लोड फोरकास्टिंग के लिए. Here, average of selected parameters affecting the load patterns is taken is by collecting data of all weather stations. Here, hierarchy can be geographical or spatial hierarchy or temporal hierarchy. In this method, we can use any number of model for any decided time period. Sorry. After then, the other method is time series method. Time series method is based on the assumption that the data have constant trend with chosen parameter described by auto correction, trend, and seasonal variation, etc. Here we have plotting load demand with time. This curve is called as scatter diagram. Time series method is further sub-classified as the freehand method, the method of moving average, the least square method, the semicircle method, and the time series method is main three parts: freehand method, method of moving average, and least square method. The method of moving average. Here, time series curve is plotted on a graph. Straight line is fitted through the each plotted points. The freehand method is very easy to use and it provide a quick result describing trend of time series. The method of moving average. Sorry, this is method of the freehand method. Okay, sorry for that. This is not the method of moving average, but this is a method of the free hand method. Okay, this is now actual the three sorry the method of moving averages is here's time series curve is plotted for describing trend. Average of points are taken, number of points taken for a study for the study depends on the number of data points. Generally, 2, 3, or 4 points are taken. The larger the number of data period, the smoother the resulting series. Another method is the least square method. In this method, a trend line is fitted to time series. The linear trend is equation is yt is equal to a plus bt, where yt is equal to what the essential sorry estimated trend value for given time period t. A is equal to what the trend line value when t is equal to 0. B is equal to what slope of the trend line. T is equal to what the time of limit. Obtain the value of a and b by solving the following equation: na plus b summation t is equal to summation t by a summation t plus b summation t square is equal to summation t by, where is n is equal to number of years under consideration. The values of a and b are obtained as a is equal to summation y upon n minus of b summation t upon n, and b is equal to what n summation ty minus summation t summation y divided by summation n summation t square minus in bracket summation t whole square. Expert system method. The expert system is used for load forecasting, which is described by computer software automatically without human assistance. Expert method having three parts: simple moving average, weighted moving average, and third is exponential moving average method. Now we first talking about the simple moving average. SMA is the most basic of moving average used for forecasting. A simple moving average is formed by finding average load of currency or commodity over a set number of period. Most often, the recent load is used to compute the moving average. A 5-day simple moving average is the 5-day sum of closing load divided by 5. As its name implies, a moving average is average that moves. Old data is dropped as a new data comes available. So MAN is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n di by n. weighted moving average. This average is calculated by multiplying each of the previous day's data by weight. Therefore, it is designed to put more weight on recent data and less weight on past data. In other words, it is simply moving average that is weighted so that more recent values are more heavily weighted than value further in the past. Evidence evidence also indicates that the use of this type of moving average gives better volatility estimates than the simple moving average. The formula for weighted moving average is WMA is equal to summation T is equal to 1 to N CIDI, where CI is equal to weights for periods and DI is equal to demand for periods. Extrapolation moving average. The extrapolation moving average reduces the lag by applying more weight to recent loads. The weighting applied to the most recent loads depend on the number of periods in the moving average. An exponential moving average is similar to simple moving average, but whereas a simple moving average removes all these loads as the new prices becomes available. An exponential moving average calculate the average of all historical range starting at a point you specified. Ft is equal to alpha dt minus 1 plus 1 minus alpha ft minus 1. Alpha is equal to smoothing coefficient t d t minus actual demand for recent periods. F t minus 1 is equal to demand forecast for recent years. Ft is equal to forecast of next period demand. Okay, this there are today we discussed various load forecasting methods. Okay, which actually use in practical scenario. एंड अगर आप अभी की कंडीशन की बात करते हो तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिसर्च हो ही रही है कि हमें कैसे इफ़ेक्टिवली हम लोड फोरकास्टिंग कर सकें. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.